What is the Urban League and what is the Urban League Guild?
It's inclusive, it's not exclusive. It's not a club, it's a movement.
The history of the Urban League is helping African Americans to reach economic security. And you can look around us today and see what the economy is like for us in our communities. And so that message is still very relevant.
The National Urban League is relevant as with our other civil rights institutions. We're living in very trying times.
The need to emphasize the value of being an African American, and to me, to be able to convey to others a sense of pride, a sense of achievement, a sense of self-worth, and to be able to counteract the negativity that surrounds so many in terms of how they view being Black.
As people of color, we need to have a vehicle, we need to have media outreach, but we need to have organizations that are staunch and stayed and have been around for a long time and have passed the test of time.
Is the National Urban League still relevant today? It's more so today than many times in the past. It's paramount. My belief is that economics is the basis of so many disparities that we have in our community. Education, housing, healthcare, the prison system.
But we also have to connect with the community to let them know that we're here, we have a story, and they are a part of the story.
I mean, it doesn't take much to show a young person that you care.
Focusing on self-worth, helping people to understand that whatever level they were of value to themselves.
It's a connection between the organization, the Philadelphia Urban League, and the community in which we live.
We started what we called Stock Camp, and that was an effort to teach young people, children, school-age children, about stocks and how to invest. We started an investment club for them with that money that they raised and that they managed through their stock portfolios for use for college or entrepreneurial efforts after they reached 18, 20 years old.
You're changing someone's life. You may never get to meet them. You never know who they are. But you can carry that around with you, that you help to change somebody's life.
If we could just give people happy memories. There is so much unrest and concern and unhappiness. And so I felt as Guilders, if we could just give happy memories that people could retrieve when they had a need. Education is one of the most valuable tools that we can achieve at all levels and in all aspects. There's always opportunities to learn, and as you learn, you grow. And I felt this was an objective that was important to the Guilders, that we had accomplished certain levels, and if we could share and help others, that this would be worthwhile.
I was in Houston, Texas, on an elevator, and a young man said, "Don't you remember me?" And he said, "I was one of the boys that the Urban League Guild mentored when my dad was locked up." And he said it made such an impression. In fact, he was from Delaware, and he was at the conference in Houston. Things like that. I mean, you can't replace things like that.
People should care about the Urban League of Philadelphia and the Urban League Guild because they should care about their community. They should care about what's happening in their neighborhoods. They should care about what's happening in this country. And I think that really to be a part of an organization like the Urban League of Philadelphia, who's been around for 100 years, really puts you at the forefront.
In the past, the Guild had national, regional conferences. So there were different regions around the country, and the guilds in that region would have a conference amongst guilders, but the urban leaguers would attend those conferences as well. Somehow, they had stopped doing that. So during my tenure, we wanted to reinvigorate that because we enjoyed traveling around to the other regions and meeting other guilders and seeing what they did. So that collaboration meant talking to the regional coordinators, which my wife was the regional coordinator, and there were 17 urban leagues in this region, and we talked to them all and were able to organize a regional conference in Baltimore.
Well, because sharing helps you to develop. It increases your knowledge base, and you get an understanding of strengths and weaknesses.
There are approximately 60 guilds throughout the country, and we are the Urban League Guild of Philadelphia. We are an affiliate of the Urban League of Philadelphia. And the difference between the Guild and the Philadelphia Urban League is that the Guild is really the advocating arm. It's really the volunteer arm of the Urban League.
To communicate, we have to produce, and we have to raise this money.
We are often collaborating and talking with other guilders. We're actually meeting once a month, either over the phone, and then we have training where we meet at least once a year, and we exchange ideas. And I think that's wonderful, especially for someone like myself who is a relatively new president. I'm listening to people who've been presidents for their second and third term. So I love the idea as a region that we're meeting and we're talking and exchanging ideas.
We can unify as a greater body, and there's strength in numbers. And so if all of our energy is focused on a particular set of goals, then we can bring about change in the country.
The Urban League is not contingent on socioeconomic status. Anybody's free to join the Urban League. We have people who join the league, and perhaps there is a membership fee, and somebody else might pay your membership fee. If you want to do it, you can do it. It's doable.
Why should men join the Guild? We have a lot that they could do, but you've got to get them in and show them what they can do. First of all, when they walk into the room, if they don't see other men, they're kind of turned off. And when Marcus and I were working together, we sort of built up our men population, our male population a little bit.
People come to volunteer for basically 3 reasons. Altruistic reasons, they want to give back. Their career, they want some sort of career development so they can get training or some kind of return on their investment of time. Or the people come for social. And our philosophy was that we were going to offer all 3 of those venues for people to come and participate in the Guild.
Always a need for mentoring, always a need. And there's so many men out there that have so much to offer.
Guild members are motivated to participate in the activities of the Guild because we help individuals. People will join the Guild because they want to give back, and we provide many opportunities for you to give back, whether it's through education, working with our youth, career development, or social action.
It's so gratifying over the years. I mean, it would have to be for me to be in an organization all this time. It'd give your time and your money.
Build small steps and you can reach higher goals.
How did we keep one another motivated? How did I keep them motivated? We all had the same beliefs. We all had the same commitment. We believed in what we were doing. We believed in the Urban League.
So that people would want to do what you do. When they see you, they might see that might be something that you have that they could be interested in, and they could be a part of, and they would want to be a part of.
But I particularly enjoyed working with the Guild here in Philadelphia because it's the mighty Philadelphia Guild, powerful women, and I learned a lot from them, and they are family to me.
In saying anything about the Urban League Guild or the Urban League of Philadelphia, I cannot omit R.W. Sorrell, Bob Sorrell, for all of his encouragement, his love, his support, his understanding, mentoring so many of us over the years. We would never, ever have grown to where we are now without him. And on behalf of all of the Urban League Guilds, from 58 on, I salute you, Bob.
So if we are good stewards of our people and the gifts that God has given us, and we use them to better our people, that the world will be a better place.
I always looked at the Urban League and the Guild, the young professionals, as a family.
I want to say thank you. It was something that I think I was looking for at the time. I wanted to be a part of an organization that was really making a difference. I have been part of several boards. I've been on several boards. I've been part of several organizations. And I just didn't want a lot of red tape. I wanted to be involved in something that was really making a difference in the community, that were boots on the ground, so to speak. And when I joined the Urban League, boy, did they put me to work.
So there's always something for you to do. And if each person would reach out to help another person, we can get a lot done.
People will join the Guild because they want to give back, and we provide many opportunities for you to give back, whether it's through education, working with our youth, career development, or social action. We're very active, and we touch all people in all walks of life. So we'd love for you to become a part of the Urban League Guild movement and join us today. Sign the membership form, pay your fees, and get to working.